It's 3 o'clock, so infinite hallway. Bit of a different infinite hallway this time, because I'm using Streamlabs OBS now instead of standard OBS. And I don't expect anyone to be here right away because it is a surprise stream. I wasn't expecting to stream, and then I just decided to because I happened to be working on Relics of Hyrule, so I decided what the heck. So first thing I'm going to do is I have some things I need to fix in the Hall of Prevalence. Okay. I need to lock the bomb casing in place, make it initially disabled, and I need to connect it to the script. No, I guess it's okay. Yeah, okay, that's good. So that's fixed. Okay, so that's done. And one thing I need to do is these are too big. So I need to get another floor tile. There's this, but that's not what I need. I need something else. I forget what I was using before for other places. I guess I could... I don't really want to shrink it, isn't it? What I need is... like this, but without the ceiling. So I wonder if there is something like that that I can use that I already separated. Temple, Archon. Flat big mid. I think this is it. No, that's with the... I guess I didn't separate the floor out. No. Ah, hello, welcome. I am doing alright. It's a cold, rainy day, so I decided... I was going to work on Relics of Hyrule anyway, but I decided since nothing else is happening, I decided to stream. Nope, I didn't want to copy that, but I'll take it. Okay, that should be good. And something I found out is that there is a character limit on messages in Creation Kit. So, for instance, the Poe display, it's too long and it cuts off Poes. So I'm gonna have to trim that down. Same thing with Stalfos. The Stalfos weapons are the word gets cut off. Alright, that should be good. I think I fixed that. This one gets cut off, Stalfos. Floor tiles. That's something I'll have to do separately. I already made a dedicated ceiling right here, which works. I just need to make a dedicated floor. The reason is the lighting in this area, there's too many lights, and so what happens is that Skyrim is silly. It has a maximum number of lights that can be on an object. And so if there's too many lights on an object, it will just not render one of the lights. You can see that happening right there, right by the dark nut. There's a light illuminating the dark nut, but this floor panel also gets that same light, and the game just decides, nope, not going to render it, which is really annoying. So I need to break this floor up into smaller pieces so that each individual piece gets fewer lights on it. Alright. Stalfos arms had a problem. They were very easy to bump into. Whoop, I didn't mean to do that. Very tricky balance. Keeping this crystal able to be used while also making sure that the item can't be bumped through the collision box. Because if it can, then there's a chance that it will just mess everything up, which is really annoying. Oh, it's the Staff of Skulltula. Okay. I'll have to add that to the box. Okay. Prevalence. Oh, prevalence. I need to add the Skulltula rods. Skulltula. Gotta add those. Boom. And I need to add glass armors. Which I could have sworn that I did. It doesn't look like I did. Okay, that's no biggie. That's in the Hall of Devotion, so I don't need to worry about that. Are all the... Well, I'll check on it. Okay, Armos weapons. The Armos weapon display is fine. That didn't have any trouble. Ring display is blocked, so I need to pull these out so that they're more easily activated. Here we go. And one of these circlet displays wasn't... Oh yeah, the white circle was activated by default, which is not what it should be. White circlet initially disabled. It's also kind of misaligned. That's good. I should also edit this script. Okay, I'm gonna modify the script because it has a debug message that I don't need. There it is. Contingent display check. I don't need that one. This is the longest script that I've ever written for Relics of Hyrule. I don't think it needs a keyword, the keyword section, but I'm going to leave it just in case I do need it. The formalists accomplishes that, so I don't think I need the keyword, but I'll keep it in there unless there's something happens and I just desperately don't need it. I do need to get smaller floors though, so that doesn't, that light blipping doesn't happen. Checking this script. That looks alright. And gotta check this script too. This is hats. Yeah, that's hats, and that one was working. This one... Ah! This one wasn't even set up. Okay. Creation kit must have crashed when I was working on it. Okay, so which one... Oh, yeah, and this completely blocks. So I need to adjust that so that it's not blocking it, and then I can give these guys their own little box. Yeah, Dark Heroes, they might not be in the debug box. Pull this over just a little bit. Okay. So, oh, right, I was looking at this crystal. It starts here, so this first one is just through fairy. Farron tunic and Lorraine. That was not correct. So we're alt, and then this one is Scout. Woodfall, Fairy. Okay. Farron, Blue Ring, Zora, Alt, Scout, Woodfall, Fairy. And then information should already have one. Tunic's 1 of 2, and then have to duplicate what I did above. Farron? No. Farron. Tunic, blue ring, done. Armor tunic, Zora. There we go. Armor tunic Zora, armor tunic Scout, armor tunic Wood, armor tunic Woodfall Alt first, and then Woodfall. Hello, welcome Dova Dude. Working on the archive, putting together, I'm repairing a display that I think got messed up because Creation Kit crashed. Not recently, but when I was working on this display, it must have crashed and erased my progress. But we are working on the archive for version 6.6. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. So this, oh no, it was this one. This one was disabled by default for. I did not mean to paste in place. Who knows how many? No, actually, wait. Why is that one? Okay, that makes no sense. No, why does that have an enable parent? That doesn't make sense. Yes, so once 6.6 is closer to release, I'll make a video explaining how the archive works and stuff like that. Everything that you see here is a duplicate, and by that I mean if you have the Armos shield, in your inventory and you activate this crystal, then it'll just place this Armos shield there, and you keep the Armos shield that you have in your inventory. So it's sort of like the archive makes its own duplicate and places it on display, so you never lose the stuff that you have. At some point I'm going to implement a system where you can put your stuff into storage. So if you wanted to have it removed from your inventory, you could put it into storage. But the plan is to allow the players to keep their stuff instead of having to put it on display and lose it. Alright, this box needs to change shape. Yeah, it's not... Yeah, definitely don't worry about that. It would be very strange and incredibly mean to the player for me to be like, oh, you want to put the Master Sword on display? Sorry. You can't keep it anymore. You're not allowed to use it. That was like the first thing that I decided when I designed the archive, was to allow the player to keep whatever they had and not have to worry about having to make a duplicate or losing it when I was put on display. And additionally, if you, with something like the Dark Master Sword, like the Deep Corrupt Master Sword, you can still get the display. You can still get the display for the Deep Corrupt Master Sword if you have the True Master Sword. Once you get the True Master Sword, it'll unlock the entire Master Sword line. So there's a few things like that. Contingent displays. Alright, I think this is sufficient. That should block that pretty well. The only one that might not work too well is that. Maybe it should be an... Oh, you know what? That would be better. Get rid of both of these collision markers and replace it with a collision sphere. There we go. And that way... Just have to make sure that it's... Checking Discord, nothing. Okay. Oh dear. Oh, it's just the same. I want to reduce the radius. Come on, reduce the radius. Almost there. Okay, nope. Weird. Alright. Alright, that should do. And of course, this means that people will be able to jump on top of it. So I'm actually going to add another collision box that goes all the way up, so that people can't just jump on top of the display. That's oaky kosher. Alright, that should be fine. Okay. Dark nut, there's a crystal. That's fixed. Ring display blocked. I already fixed that, but I'll double check it. I also need to check this one just to make sure that I have the script right. Ah, that's the problem right there. Oh, wait, no it isn't. Yes it is. Okay, I forgot to set up the form lists. Wait a second. Okay, there is a Lanayru circlet list. I don't know where the Akana circlet list went. Circlet list. Yeti circlet list. Woodfall circlet list. Elden. Farron. Fairy circlet list. And then I guess the Great Fairy circlet list. Oh, there's no Great Fairy. Or maybe there's only one. There's only one Great Fairy circlet. Is it used by the Fairy circlet list? No. It is. Okay. So there is only one. Oh, no. Get out of here. 8. Okay. Armor, Fairy, circlet list, you great. And I need to make an Akana. Yeah, I need to make an Akana circlet list. Circlet list. Akana circlet. Pop. Bing. Okay. Circlet list. There we go. Okay. That's all done. Okay. That's fixed. Ring display, I need to double check. That should be okay. Gotta change this recipe to prevent an exploit. Because smelting doesn't cost anything, but smithing, so smelting doesn't give you any experience. What smithing does, and so there's an exploit where you can take a single orichalcum ingot and make an orichalcum bar and just go back and forth between orichalcum bar and orichalcum ingot just constantly, and just get your smithing skill leveled up to a ridiculous amount. Actually, I think okay. Yeah, I could do that. That's what I'm gonna do. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change this to steel, Goron steel, because that would make sense. There we go. And it will no longer be possible at the smithing forge. It'll have to be done at Goron Forge. So that's one that I can get rid of that exploit pretty easily. Smelt steel bar. What was the magic beams exploit? Because there's so many different things that I'm keeping track of that I don't remember everything. At some point I'll replace that orichalcum with, was it it's a metal from Phantom Hourglass or something. 20 magic beams per swing of oh, so yeah, if you take the White Ring enchantment and put it on a bunch of different stuff, I think I changed that. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, so it checks if you have one magic effect, and you have to have only one, I think. And if you don't have exactly one, then it just doesn't work. I'll have to test it, but that way you can have a white ring and an ivory ring, but you can't get a bunch of 20 items all on your person and swing and get 20 all at once. Okay, let's look at other bugs that I needed to fix. I don't think... Okay, yeah, I was gonna do a separate Orden sword. Okay, yeah, so I'll do that. And then I'll save. Actually, I should save first. Okay, so I'm saving creation kit. I have a new item That's coming with 6.6. There's a new item right here, and this is going to adjust the corrupt Master Sword recipes, and it's actually animated. And it's a blob of malice. There will only be 2 in version 6.6, and I'll add another one at some point. But you'll need 1 to make the Deep Corrupt Master Sword. And it's a unique item specifically used for that specific purpose. Anyway, that's hypnotic. And at some points it makes an angry face. I'm an angry face. Okay. Oh, okay. Don't want to touch Creation Kit while it's saving. Gets mad. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. I just showed everybody the Malice Blob that will be coming in version 6.6 to make the Deep Corrupt Master Sword more unique in its recipe. No, it's not supposed to have the face from the mirror shield from Majora's Mask. It just happens to have a face. I didn't intend for it to have kind of a face-looking thing. It was just kind of a random pattern. And it just so happens that as that pattern animates, it kind of looks like it has a face. Yeah, it's totally unintentional. Ooh. The Hall of Prevalence. The Hall of Prevalence is done. Just waiting for it to save, and I'm gonna adjust an Orden sword here. I have to look at this. Double check that. I haven't played Age of Calamity myself. I can't get into the Hyrule Warriors combat style. I tried the demo. It's just not my cup of tea. And I don't... If it was if the story was just a little different, I don't know, something about Age of Calamity, the gameplay doesn't grab me, and even though it's really interesting prequel to Breath of the Wild, it doesn't feel right to me. I feel like I don't know. I haven't played the full game. I played the demo. But yeah, it's if Age of Calamity, and I know this wouldn't have happened if Age of Calamity was like a like Fire Emblem game, that kind of thing, or excuse me, or if it was a like Final Fantasy kind of style, if it was a more traditional RPG or a tactical, which there is some tactical elements to it because it's Hyrule Warriors, but the gameplay really turns me off. And if I'm not enjoying playing the game, then what's the point of playing the game? And of course, the elephant in the room is, will I add relics, items to Relics of Hyrule from Age of Calamity? I will eventually add things from Age of Calamity, but Age of Calamity is a spin-off game, and so it's not really a priority. Oh, and welcome, True Devil Fox. Yeah, the Kakariko Kodachi is really interesting because it's a short sword, and so I'll probably add that, and as more information comes out, as people populate the wikis, then I will. That's the wrong one. Then I'll do more with it. Oh, I know, it's already... Hang on. What the heck? First person Orden Sword. Oh, okay, that's what I'm doing. Okay, got it. That's what I... Okay, got it. Okay, cool. Okay. This is supposed to be this. Boom. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Okay, cool. Got it. Okay. I'll just keep saying okay. Here's something fun. I made statues and stuff of all the dragons. For that I'll add to the Hall of Life and the Hall of Monsters. So here's Aquamentus, proud blood dragony looking situation. Here's Argarok. Yeah. Obviously these are using load screen art for now. And of course there's the Blood Fairy. And the Dark Fairy gives you a sense of how big these dragons are. Elden's Shade is a work in progress. There's Epona. That took some doing, but I managed to get that to work. Although the saddle is missing, which I'll have to fix. There's Farron. And I retextured the thing that it's standing on to be ice. Farron's Shade. Goma. Golden Fox, which is I'll have to adjust because its tail is sticking out. Gold Skulltula is as you would expect. Great Fairy looks great. And the Hero Shade, I'm really proud of this one. He's all geared up. It took a lot of work. This is from a Draugr, based on a Draugr load screen model, but it took a lot of work to line up that scabbard and the false master sword, and getting the shield and bow on there wasn't that hard. Linnaeus and Majora's Priest, that was a lot of fun to put together. We got a pesto. Actually, we have two pestos. Two different pesto statues. And Silver Centurion, we got that. Re-dead ones are in progress. Scissor Beetle, super easy, barely any inconvenience. Skulltulas are what you would expect, so who cares. Stall Lord, this is one that I made custom through Outfit Studio. I imported the model and manipulated everything myself. Same thing with Volvagia. Volvagia is based on just the basic model, and I used Outfit Studio to bend the legs back and the claws forward. And it is a Yika Foot Soldier, based on the Dark Elf, Dark Brotherhood load screen. Dual wielding vicious sickles, and one with reverse grip, which is nice. Yeah, it is kind of funny that the loading screen, just like, I have a stick. Behold my stick. And that's how he's holding it. I guess I could have him holding it in this hand, but then wouldn't make sense for the other hand. I could give him a little conjuration ball, or Majora's Wrath or something. Anyway, those are some of the statues that I've made so far. And this one's done. Oh yeah, that's what these are done too. Those are both done. Okay. I have two spreadsheets to keep track of what's in all these halls. So this is a spreadsheet of all of the weapon IDs in the entire mod, so that I know where everything is supposed to go. And this is all the armor, which I actually need to fix that. And this. And I will actually be releasing this spreadsheet for everyone to use for their own gameplay. Actually, I need to put... I need to put, I need to put the Malice Blob in here. Blob. Malice Blob, R-O-H. Beep. Malice. And the value is through the roof. It is quite hefty. Value is 2017, because that's when Breath of the Wild was released. It weighs 2. I'm not sure where to put it though. 4, 5, 599, 1BE. And actually I need to bang. Okay. I guess, okay, so Malice I could probably put in the Hall of Legends. Yeah, I'll put it in the Hall of Legends. It's rare enough. Alright. Hopefully Creation Kit plays nice and loads the archive. If it doesn't, I will not have lost too much progress. But it sounds like it's doing something. Maybe. It is entirely possible that it is not happy. But I'll give it its time. In the meantime, I will make a new floor thing. I have a sneaking suspicion that the tool is not happy, which does not surprise me. Well, actually, I don't think why didn't I just do that? I'm going to try to find something that has a box-shaped collision. Yeah, I think Creation Kit got overloaded. Yep, it's not responding. Good night, sweet prince. I'll have to redo the Orden Sword tweak. That's the way it goes. That's what happens when you're working with cells for too long. What has a box? I'm trying to remember what has a box shaped. None of those things. I think, yeah, the Goron. I think the Goron weapons have box shaped. Does Boulder Breaker have one? No, that's a convex. That's a complicated shape. Aha, okay. So we just need to make sure that all this data lines up. Okay, let's not bother here. Let's do the new version. Ceiling. Well, actually, this would be the easier solution. I take this, I make it smaller, and then, yeah, that's what, oh wait, If I scale it, then it keeps the collision data, which is not what I want. But if I take it and have that, okay, that might be, no. That, oh, I mean, that doesn't look bad, but that's not what I want. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. Well, I'm glad it's relaxing to watch. Ah, hello. Hello, divine roses. Excellent. Thank you for the follow. I'm working on the archive. I'm making new components for the archive building itself. Oh, that's the stairs. What am I doing? There it is. Ashes, architecture, temple, archive, plant my big old 2, there we go. One tile. And I'm going to rename these to just plain old archive to be consistent with the rest of them so I can easily find them. Okay. And I need to redo that Orden change that I made. This will be the third time that I've changed it. Weapons. Hylian. Orden. Boom. I'll just do, oh, there we go. So this will be Alt. And I need to, that points to, okay, so this one needs to point to first person Orden O. Boom, okay. Yeah, I think the archive is coming together very well. I had a concern that it could be people might look at it and see it as kind of drab, but that picture of the Hall of Prevalence, I was testing it, and I found, I put everything in, I activated everything, and in-game I looked at it and said, this looks good. So I'm very happy with it, and I'm excited. It's getting there. All of the main areas are done, they just need to be tested. I tested the Hall of Prevalence. I need to test the Hall of Devotion. And just double check other stuff as well. But it's getting there. The other things I need to do is the Hall of Life and the Hall of Monsters, which I need to rename this. It is the Hall of Life and the Hall of Monsters. I want to finish these two before December when I release 6.6. I don't think I'll be able to do the library and Hall of Memories. It checks for things that are in your inventory. If I did it... Alright. If I did it in a way that was... It checked things that were in your inventory, that I would have to have some very complicated script set up, and it would be kind of intrusive. So, yeah, I had to be organized so that I knew where everything was going. And then this is a spreadsheet of all the weapon IDs in the entire mod, and you can see there are a total of 684 weapon IDs. It's not necessarily 684 weapons, because like all of this is just variants of the Rod of Seasons, and there's the +1 and +2, +5 weapons like this. This is all +1s and stuff. So there's not 684 weapons in the mod, but there are hundreds of weapons in the mod, and they are all organized. Yes, and then I will be releasing this spreadsheet for people to use for themselves, so that they can just open up this spreadsheet and look up the form IDs for the Razor Sword or what have you. Yeah, it's a huge undertaking. This mod is a lot of work. In hindsight, I could have released the Fire Temple by itself has 6.5.22, but I didn't think of that until I was knee deep in the Forest Temple in the archive. But I think it's fine to... It'll be in a good finished state once... It won't be 100% finished in December, but it will be usable. And then I'll be adding quality of life stuff and other halls. Yeah. I think the Forest Temple is some of my best work. The Fire Temple is pretty good too. There's a lot of creative stuff that I did in there. Maybe I'll just let Creation Kit do its thing. I'm actually gonna add a new item into the Hall of Legends right now. This little guy. There was a discussion in the Discord of changing the corruption recipes for the Master Sword, and so I decided to add Malice a little early. Just need to figure out a good place to put it. The Hylian Shield. Yep. I'm definitely going to make a Minish dungeon that has a Hylian Shield in it, because that's just such a meme at this point that the Hylian Shield is too small. Where could I put the Malice? Probably right here. I'll put it right here. Pedestal. Oh, first things first, I need a display crystal. Display crystal, there you are. And actually all of these don't need to be here. Yes. Yes. Just double check and make sure this is correct. Nope. Nope, can't use that one. That one's gone. There we go. That's the one. Right in the corner. Little baby Malice. I mean, I don't do joke items. Alright, let's see here. Malice, that's what I wanted. And we'll see if it crashes the game. Shouldn't. There it is. Beautiful, evil, terrifying, all of the above. Don't hit back settle. Bring this up close. Yep, welcome to Relics of Hyrule mod development. I could explain everything that's going on, but there's a lot going on. Malice blob. So in order to make a display, I have to first place the object on a pedestal and then place one of these. This is an activator, so it detects when you're looking at it, and you can click on it, and when you click on it, it activates this script, which is needlessly complicated. It looks for the malice blob in your inventory, right down here. Looks for the malice blob in your inventory, and then it says, oh, you have the malice blob. And so it enables, as in it turns this thing on so that you can see it, and it also locks it in place so that you can't mess with it. I'm going to add a collision box so that you can't mess with it at all. So that way you can't just duplicate malice and ruin anything. And then I need to write a message that will display when you activate this display. So, malice. What the heck is malice? And then a brief explanation of what it is. I don't want to call it a blob. Or a sample. That doesn't really work right either. A coagulation? No. A thing. It's a thing of pure evil energy. Exceptionally rare and dangerous potential. So now I need to look up a decent manifestation. Yeah, I think manifestation. Okay, close that browser window. Pure, I'll change it to pure evil and hatred, but I'm not gonna split hairs because there are hundreds of displays that I need to worry about. So I just get boom. And I just noticed that I misspelled dangerous. There. That way I don't spend 15 years trying to figure out what to write. And if I need to change it, I can always change it. Display malice. There it is. Boom. And that display is done. Here's the actual script. So these are all the variables that it looks for. And then there's also a possibility to display things when there's a full set. And if there's something already on display, it can display something by checking something that's already on display. Then it locks it in place, blocks activation so you can't pick it up, does that again, so just to be sure, and then there's two different states that the script is in. The default state is the fill display, where you go up and you activate it and it says, do you have this object? Okay, do you have this object? Do you have this object? Do you have this object? If you have this object 0, it'll activate display 0 all the way through 8. So that means there are 9 total possibilities. So each display can have a maximum of 9 items in it. And then it just checks every single type of item that could possibly be in your inventory. And then it checks to see how many displays there are, and if there's a number of displays active versus compared to the number of displays total, then it will say, oh, okay, all of those are good, and then it will move on. This doesn't seem to be working right now, and I'm not sure why, but it doesn't matter. Once all the displays are active, it will pop down to the second state and then say, okay, are all the displays active? If they're not all active, it will go back to the beginning and check again. And if they are all active, then it will display the information. It is a complex script, and I can't change it because it's pretty much locked into every single display that has been made for the archive so far. I'm just gonna call it Malice. I'm not gonna change it right now. It's just gonna be called Malice. And this is the Hall of Legends. This is a placeholder for something that's coming in the future. It's a secret. Okay. And actually, I should probably rework this so that this isn't visible. This should be disabled by default. And so should this. And this should come with something. Maybe this. What is that enabled by? Din Triforce. What is this enabled by? Din Triforce. The water is enabled by Nehru. So this needs to be... I guess this should be tied to the Tarnish Shard display. It can't have multiple... I guess this one... I can't think of anything right now, so... Alright. I think... Ooh, no. Oh, actually that's okay. All those scabbards are okay. That looks fine. Okay. I'm going to save because I am paranoid. It's better to be paranoid than lose progress. Oh, what I could do is fix the Epona statue because it's missing a it's missing the saddle. The saddle is set to skinned. Boop. And so it's not going to display properly. Beep. Okay. That should fix it. And it has the double-sided flag, which is good. I kind of want to do that with the actual saddle too, but beautiful Epona statue. I think I have to remake the floor tiles because I think I think Creation Kit crashed before because after I had made those tiles, so I'm gonna double check. Yes. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, those are good. So those are fine. Single tile, double tile, quadruple tile. Okay. Let's keep working on the Hall of Prevalence. My dream is to have 2 monitors. I don't really have too much room on my desk for that, but it'd be really cool to have 2 monitors. Yeah, Creation Kit. For those who don't know, Creation Kit, some people sort of don't use, well, okay. You can make mods without Creation Kit, but Creation Kit is a very useful visual tool. However, it is very unstable, and it has a lot of memory leak issues. It's sort of like building the mod with a... I used to liken it to a board on a stick. I want to keep the current scheme. I don't want to... Because if I don't keep the current scheme, every time I open NifScope, the screen will go black. But yeah, Creation Kit, it can be very, very finicky, and you just have to be patient with it. Modding requires a lot of patience, especially if you're editing cells. Like, I am doing a lot of cell work, cells being locations, and Creation Kit just has a really hard time loading cells. And it can't load too many. It looks like it might be good that I saved because it does not look like it's going to load the Hall of Prevalence properly. And this is why, usually, I focus on one hall at a time. Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to crash. It'll either crash or it won't. Usually it takes less time than this, so I have a feeling that it's Creation Kit is not happy. Hello. Yep. If you're gonna crash, just crash. Don't waste my time here. Come on, come on, just crash already. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Oh man. On the bright side, it seems to be loading really quickly, which is good. I know. I don't want to do that. Alright, whatever. I'll just change the color scheme. Thrilling. Yep. It's taking its sweet time. It will load. It takes a while to load. At some point, I keep forgetting to upgrade to Windows 10. I've been meaning to do that. I might do that sometime soon. I've been putting it off forever, but I finally managed to run a backup. And then, now that I have that backup, I can finally install Windows 10. I should at least back up some Relics of Hyrule files. There we go, finally. Now let's go to the Hall of Prevalence. sometimes it helps if you click on one individual item. Well, sort of. We were recovering from a creation kit crash. It was the creation kit taking its sweet time to load. I'm gonna stay in the Hall of Prevalence as long as possible. But there's not actually that much to do, so hopefully it'll be able to handle switching to the Hall of Life, which is actually a very small area. So maybe that'll be okay. There we go. Okay. Now we're in business. There we go. I'll make one change and then the creation kit will crash again. So what I want to do is I want to replace all of these floor tiles with individual tiles, because the lighting gets messed up in here. See, as I zoom away, you can see this there, the light dips out, and then if I orient it just the right way, you can see some light dippling over there. And there's usually the light cuts out by the dark nut, but it's not doing that right now, which is kind of odd. But I still want to replace all these floors. I also kind of want to put a light here because it's a little bland. So we're going to illuminate this bad boy. And dim it just to give it a little character. Alright, so we're going to replace all of these floors. Oh yeah, wow. I forget that guy's name. Hemskier? Yeah, Hemskier is the Alright, actually what I should do is just delete all of these things. There we go. See how that one is really dark and it shouldn't be? That will show up in game. So I'm getting rid of all of these and I'm going to replace them with these smaller ones. Alright. Is everything good? Is everything lining up? Good. Great and good, good and great. Yes, okay. Good to know. Get that up there. And then I'm going to use this window to select all of them. These 2-1 tiles. There we go. And actually I don't need to... Oh, yes I do. I do. Because they're up here. doesn't line up. Why doesn't that line up? What the heck? What the heck? 0.5. Oh, it's because of this thing. Well, the seam is hidden. You can't tell. Whatever. Also, I think I need to adjust these stairs, because that's a very narrow entry. Oop. Guff on a guff. It's not going to be perfectly aligned. That's a little annoying. I want it to be there, but it just sort of butts up with this. Let's use you as a testing dude. I guess that kind of works. I could just say screw it and have one staircase. That looks a little weird. I could rotate it. Not that much. And there we go. Now I can scoot all this so it lines up with that little pillar. There we go. Barely tell the difference, except that you can. Two. That should be alright. Whatever. I think this should be pulled in a little. There we go. I might add more to that top part at some point. I think the Hall of Prevalence is okay now. Hopefully. There might still be some lighting glitches here and there. This is only visible from really far away. This little Z fighting issue. And then there's that. But it looks like there's only a couple lighting glitches. So I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna just Save. Let's see what's going on in the Relics of Hyrule Discord. Modding. It's Final Fantasy. That's the only thing. Okay. That was exciting. I need to keep a stash of snacks in my room. I have Tic Tacs, but those aren't very good snacks. Welcome, Saishin. I'm doing pretty good. It is a rainy, cloudy day, which I actually like. I like looking out in the wet, bare trees. Stop doing that or else I'll get hypnotized. He says as he opens his curtain more so he can see the overcast sunset. I am a strange man. So don't be alarmed, Creation Kit is not crashing, it's just saving. Well, I've never been outside of the country. I am in the United States. I've never been outside of the country. If there's one country I would want to visit, it would be the UK. And I wouldn't mind if it was like this. I guess I could populate this with info. Oh, maybe not. That's a lot of work. I would be surprised if the Elder Scrolls 6 had a stable creation kit. Oh, yeah. There's this too. Although there's not that many keys, so this would be easy to populate. Swamp key is switched. Giant. I don't think I'm going to be putting the keys on display, but I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Push giants, guard, slaughterfish, Bodoop. Oh, where is the valley key? I forgot. Mountain key. Monstrous mammoth. I forget which of the two Charuses have the, but it doesn't matter now. Okay, so we've updated the Hall of Prevalence. At some point, if I add more stuff, there'll be more stuff. That's how that works. I already updated the Hall of Legends. Let's go to the Hall of Life and keep working on that. Oh, see see the difference? The Hall of Life, instant load. Instant load, because there's barely anything in the Hall of Life right now. There's not even a ceiling yet. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do the same thing I did and just delete all these floors, because not only do I need to replace them with ones that will play nice with the light, but I will delete all but one. But I need to replace them with floors that I have a little more control over. Beep beep, boop boop, boop beep, boop beep boop boop. I've tried to make all of the halls sort of unique in terms of how they are designed. So like the Hall of Prevalence has 2 levels. I kind of want to do that with the Hall of Life as well. I tested this in game, the enclosure for the crabs and River Zora. And it needs to have a little platform here for people to stand on and look at the River Zora in the distance. Okay. No, that's not gonna work. So I will need, I think I'll use you, pop you up here. I think that would be fine. That way, that's a good height. So I'll get a platform and put it up to that height. Archive, not Sturkive, archive. Archive. Oh, a bridge. Actually, that could work. Put a bridge up. Right here. No. There we go. Yeah, that way, using a bridge, well, it needs to be a little higher, I think. It needs to be high enough that someone can fit under it. Alright, you can go back down. Go. It's supported by the arches. I guess I can put this on top then, the actual display with all the ingredients and stuff. There we go. Okay. I think that works. Yes, this is the part of the archive for creature displays. The Hall of Life will have a greenhouse section for plant life, and then there's also going to be enclosures for various creatures that aren't inherently evil or corrupted or terrible. So for instance, that's it. Like, that's what's going to be part of the Hall of the Menagerie, so to speak. So this is the River Zora and Sand Crab, Carrot Crab enclosure. So they'll just be wandering around doing their thing. I made it sand because that's what they like. And then they made it water because that's what they like. And then this is a little archway because the Tektite display is going to be over here. And the Tektites will be able to just mill in and out. But they'll have their own separate enclosure, which I'll actually have to make these arches. Yes, neutral. Well, yeah, basically the idea is the... Not so much, because even creatures that aren't inherently... What I mean by evil is, like, they're not, like... How do I put this? So, like, a Stalfos is an undead evil construct. But a River Zora is a creature, and while it may attack you on sight, it's not inherently evil. It's just a creature. So the Hall of Monsters, which is over here, which will have more things. No living specimens in the Hall of Monsters. It'll all be statues and stuff. Those are things like Pose, Phantoms, Nameless, Vampires, Gemos, things that are like constructs and evil things. But this is just creatures. And I will... That's that. Or else I'll start repeating myself, which I often do. Yeah, that hopefully they don't attack each other. I've made specific versions of all the creatures, so I've set them to not have factions. So hopefully the fact that they have no factions means that they won't fight each other. And if not, I'll put them all in the same faction. I'll make a special faction that is just like, nobody fight. I will make sure they don't attack each other, because that would just be really silly. this needs some lights. And I wonder how big I can make this water. Perfect. That's exactly what I need. More tiles. I said more tiles, not whatever happened there. Okay. This will probably be the greenhouse right here. So I'm gonna put an arch right there so that you can go into the greenhouse. Oh man, Animal Crossing is awesome. Like, I have not stopped. Like, I mean, every day I go on there and it is just, you have so much creative control over your island. And it's just, it is amazing, and they keep coming out with new updates and new content just like constantly. I love it. Rave reviews from me. It is definitely a good investment. Highly recommended. I think actually is my in the I have it as I put it up on the dream thingy. So in Animal Crossing, I think it's pinned. Yeah. So my dream address is pinned in the Animal Crossing channel on the Relics of Hyrule Discord. So if you wanted to see my island, you can do the dream address there. Oop. Yeah. It's not like perfect, but it is a 5-star island, and I am very happy with it. My newest villager is Cherry, which I know she's a fan favorite. So I'm really happy that she moved in. She's one of the, sometimes like the villager's personality doesn't like fit, but Cherry fits her personality very well. Yeah, not only is it the first Animal Crossing game in a very long, the first like main series Animal Crossing game in a very long time. It also released during a time when like everyone was stuck at home. So yeah, it does make it helped it. Yeah, it is. I haven't played New Leaf myself, but I do know that New Horizons takes concepts from New Leaf and just expands on them in a really, really great way. That's not right. That is not right. You need to be 45. I really wouldn't. Okay. That's not gonna work, is it? There we go. That looks good. Cover up now. Guff. So what I'm trying to do here, I guess I'll have to pull this wall out and get rid of this kind of triangular shape, because what I want is for there to be the metal tile floor. And like, I don't want anyone in the archive to step on the sand. Like, the sand is part of the enclosure, so I'm trying to get the sand to go. Oh, actually, I could do that. If I make the sand go this way, that's still. You know what? I'll have to open up the enclosure a little more. Make it a diamond shape. That should do. That way this can be the observation area right there. And I'll make this... This is the observation area. This will have to be a wall. Excellent. Yeah, more storage, but you have to pay off your entire loan, and then pay $500,000 bells on top of that. So you need to go through that entire final 2 million bell loan, and then shell out even more cash. But you can expand your storage. It gives you a better incentive to finish off that last loan, because without that storage expansion, the last loan doesn't do anything. Like, you can decorate your house for free, but who gives a crap? It's 5,000 bells. You can sell 2 wasps and get that. But yeah, they changed adding the storage expansion. It encourages folks to get the last of the loans. Last of the loan lords. I might need to change that. The sand floor has an interesting specularity to it that I might need to modify. Yeah, turnips... Turnips are just not... I don't like them either. Like... Sometimes I buy like a few just in case the prices get good, but I just don't like paying attention to that and trying to figure... I just don't like the turnips. It's kind of fun, but... One really useful thing for turnips... Ants. Drop them on the ground, get ants. Or flies or something. That's... Unlock those bugs. That's what I use them for. Let's get another sand dune in here. Sand. It's rough. And it's coarse. And it gets everywhere. Oh, that's a nice looking sand. That looks really nice. Why didn't I use that before? Oh, the tarantula? The tarantula, I think that must be it. If you're talking about something that's hasn't been in the northern hemisphere. The tarantula is now in the northern hemisphere. The scorpion is out of season as of November. Oh, it's not. Is it the dung beetle coming in in December? That must be it then. Oh yeah, the tarantula was in the northern hemisphere when it came out. I joined the Animal Crossing New Horizons game a little late, so I missed the tarantula. But now the tarantulas are around, so I can actually catch them. But yeah, dung beetles. I'm very close to getting... I just need the dung beetle and the tarantula, and I will have every bug in the game. And then I also need a tuna and a couple other fish that will come in, oarfish and other stuff that will come in December. And then I'll have all the fish, which is exciting. We've been streaming for about 2.5 hours. I can probably go a little longer. I don't want people to step on sand. It's rough and it's coarse and gets everywhere. I think at some point when they add gyroids, once they add gyroids, then the the ground thing will work out. I think that is an unfair criticism. To call the fossils annoying, because they are worth a lot of money. It's a very reliable way to get money digging up fossils. And also, I have a degree in geology, and so I'm actually suppressing my emotions right now because I love the fossils so much. Once they add gyroids, I don't think they'll be as annoying. For now, we just gotta live with them. Because they're no longer alive. But here's the thing. Once you get all of them, then you can start building your own museum, and like you can get duplicates, and you can start doing things like that. Or if one of your friends doesn't have a certain fossil, you can trade with them and give them the fossil that they need. Like, there's still a reason for them to spawn after you've gotten them all. So if that happened, then that would shut off a whole segment of how the game works, which is trading and interacting with humans. What you can do is, if you don't want fossils to spawn, oh, that would be really tedious though, is going around putting transparent textures everywhere. That would be really tedious. But that's the game, that's how it is. We can't turn off fossils in real life. Sand. Just trying to make it line up. Fart. That might work. is... That works. And I can put this in to fill that gap. And then I can put... Oh, guff. I didn't actually fill that gap. Okay, that gap is filled. That little tiny thing is whatever. That is not what I want. Okay. Alright, I think that's gonna be good enough. It's kind of lumpy, whatever. That's gonna be the Tektite enclosure. I think... Okay, so I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna go get dinner. And then... I don't see the stream going for much longer, but I don't want to end it. So I'm gonna let it keep going, but I'll just be right back. Come on, display the... Oh. No, this is the one I want. Okay, there we go. I'll be right back. That should be good. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. I have returned. Thank you. I just can't tell. I guess you can see. Oh, whatever. It was hard to tell. It wasn't showing me the infinite hallway, so I didn't know whether everything was connected properly. Yeah, I am not a professional streamer by any stretch of the imagination. As long as you can see Creation Kit right now, I guess that's what matters. See, I have no clue. I don't know. I don't know anything about streaming. So, there's an actual, this is OBS stands for Open Broadcasting Studio, and I have this one which is open source, and this one which is also open source that has Streamlabs integration. They're very similar to each other. This one just has some other features, and I don't know if it works better than my other one or what. It seems like it's working fine, so that's all I know. Streamlabs can take the CPU. Well, hopefully it's not doing that. It seems to be no different from my other one. I might just go back to the other one. I have no idea. I don't know of any differences between the two. That's good enough. Alright, now, Tektites. The mood is not important, so I'm not worried about that. Well, welcome to the stream. Scruffle butt. I didn't mean to hit new. I'll have to go back and add the factions later, but right now I'm focusing on aggression. And then I'll Okay. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting together a museum space for my Relics of Hyrule mod, and these are all tektites. And I just realized I need to make sure they have a good AI package so that they wander around. Okay, good. They wander around. Oh my. Turned off the lighting for just a moment. It was very flat. There I go again. Just lining them all up so that they look nice. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Galbanus? Yeah, that's my island name in Animal Crossing. I'm just seeing... It's Latin for greenish yellow. Yeah. And what's funny is with as with most things, it's actually, I took it from I was writing science fiction books, and a lot of stuff in Relics of Hyrule is taken from those books. My username, J. Calinad, is taken from those books that I never finished. And Galbanus was the name of an island in those books. Sure. Yeah, single weed. Oh no. Sylvie is the other person who lives on my island. It's part... I first made Sylvie so that my girlfriend could play with me, but my girlfriend has the game, so she just plays with me through that. And so Sylvie is sort of my extra character that I use to make sort of like with Morley Q, my main character, I wanted his house to be normal, but Sylvie's house is all like weird rooms and sort of stylized stuff. The stuff that I wouldn't be able to put into Morley Q's room. Yeah. I'm really proud of that Alice room. And I'm really happy with the paths, too. The north half of the island is intentionally wild. And the southern half is more lived in. until you get to the giant flower field. There is a cupcake in the Alice room. The old eat me cake. I need to add a drink me bottle somewhere. Yeah, that you found the Hall of Flush. What is this flag? I'm not sure which flag you're talking about. Oh, the island flag. It's... Oh, I need to update it. The star is me. I need to add a second star because of Sylvie. And then all the horizontal lines are the villagers. So I'm going to have to update that because Sylvie is there. And my villagers have changed around. Yeah, the instrument area. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the town tune. It was, Originally, I was gonna have it like change every so often to different tunes, but it just sounds so good that I didn't want to change it, and now I really love the new wave bossa nova because I hear it all the time. Yeah. Okay. There it is. Okay, Tektite Jelly Part 1 is done. I'm gonna have to make another Tektite display. 2 of 2. Well, I'm glad you appreciate the island. I wish I could do an island tour. I could set up some sort of like jerry-rigged, like using a webcam pointed at the Switch and use like controllers to like do a video. I could do that to show off the island. Or I could record the island in 30-second increments using the switches in-house. Oh yeah. I wonder if I might be still wearing my wetsuit. I'm almost always wearing a wetsuit because it just saves inventory space and I can just jump into the sea whenever I want. It's not really a chew. Yeah, the chew may... Yeah, there's some animals I would love to have from my old games. I remember Antonio was a villager I had, I think in the original Animal Crossing or in Wild World. I forget which one. I would love to have him on my New Horizons island. I'm trying to remember. Mitzi is another one I would want. Those old villagers I remember. I think Mitzi was definitely on my original game, and I should fire that up. My original Animal Crossing game from way back when. Tektite. Something really handy about having all these messages, these display messages, is I could actually count how many there are, and that tells me how many displays there are in the archive. Alright. 2 and 3 are ingredients. Tektite jelly black. Tektite jelly white. And then 0 and 1 are foods, which means they're potions. Food, Tektite, gold. Food, Tektite, gold, food, Tektite. There. Beep. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad that you enjoyed the island of Galbanus. All right. Bypass hayback settled. Do. Initially disabled. Do. Okay. That is a finished display. And that is the Tektite display. Oh! Hold up. I need to tie these Tektites to their respective oh, the brown Tektite. Ooh. What would you... How would you turn on? The other ones are obvious, but I don't know how the... Well, I'll just tie it to one of the other ones. One of the generic ones, like red. I'll just make it red. Purple. Black. Gold. Gold is right there. And white. Rare. There. Green. And blue. Okay. That's all set up. I am happy with that. So I can tick the Tektite. All of these are actually done. Actually, wait, hang on. The Tektites are done. I have to tie the sand crabs, carrot crabs, and river zoras to their respective displays so that they appear. You may notice on my little chart here, there's a bonus creature. One that's not in Relics of Hyrule. At least not yet. And that is, of course, the Termin cow. It'll be a little Easter egg. And the plan is, with the Termin cow, that I will also add Chateau Romani, which, since Creation Kit is saving, I'm going to look up Chateau Romani. I think what it'll do, I see it fortifying health and fortifying health regen for a time. I think that would be fine. Maybe stamina regen too. And it will only be obtainable from the archive. You'll be able to milk, or actually, there'll be a container that will contain a respawning amount of Chateau Romani. The milk of the night. Oh, I didn't know it was called milk of the night. And what do you do? Oh, grants unlimited magic power for 3 days. Jeez. Okay, I didn't know that that's what it did. Yeah, unlimited use. I could see it fortifying Magicka. I could see it fortifying Magicka, but not unlimited magic power for 3 days. That is just hideously... That would be hideously overpowered. It completely fills its magic meter and unlimited magic. So, I think the best thing that it should do, I think it should fortify Magicka and fortify Magicka regeneration, and also heal and stamina. I guess it could heal all all three attributes: Magicka, health, and stamina. It could heal, not all of them, not 100%. It could be like 50 points for each one. Restores 50 points to Magicka, health, and stamina. Maybe 100 points. I'd say 100. It heals them at some description. I think 100 points would be best. It will only be obtainable from that cow, and it will respawn every so often. So it would need to be good to be like worth the wait. To have to wait to see when the cow pleeps drips them out. So it could fortify. It could restore all 3 attributes by 100. Fortify regeneration of all 3 stats by like 20% or something. And it could also cure disease. It is not the milk of the gods. It's just from a cow. Cure poison would be another thing that it should do. I don't want to do too much with it. Fortifying Magicka regeneration, I think, is perfectly fine. So let's make Chateau Romani, since we're thinking about it. Ah, the milk bottle. Okay, we're gonna have to do a placeholder. Not ale. That's an ale bottle. I can't use anything from... Oh. I could use something from those. I can't use anything from Hearthfire, which is unfortunate. But I mean, that's pretty fancy looking. Mead. Marriage meal. Here, honey, I made you this pie. Eat the whole thing all at once. It's good pie. Firebrand wine. Alto wine. Oh wait, there's flagons. I could just use a flagon. Skooma. No. Double distilled skooma. Alright. Yeah, I'll just use the flagon model. I don't want to use the white file either. It's too fancy. Like this, it's just cow milk. The reason I can't use Hearthfire is because Relics of Hyrule doesn't rely on it. It's only Dragonborn and Dawnguard that it relies on. And so I would have to add Hearthfire as a master. And I don't want to use Hearthfire content just in case someone on Legendary for whatever reason doesn't have Hearthfire. I know it's kind of silly, but we're not using anything from Hearthfire. We can't use anything